I'm so excited! If you guys enjoy this setup, let me know and I'll continue doing this. You guys have been asking me for a while now for a top-down view. This is the best I've been able to get. I don't have an actual straight-down view yet, so it's a little diagonal, but I think it looks good. I think that it looks good. But again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. But for now, yo, what's up guys? PKSparkxx here. Thanks to my friends at Konami, I am able to review the entire movie pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack Gold Edition. Damn, that's a lot of words. But legit, every single card in here is beautiful. Do you see the Dark Magician? Do you see the blue eyes? Every single card in here is absolutely gorgeous. The way they feel, they actually feel sort of metallic. It's wild, but they feel metallic. These are the best cards I've ever held my hands on. And I know you got a problem like, oh, well, we're going to be having them in sleeves, so we're not going to worry about the way they touch. Just get them, because they look amazing. Look at the text. Look at the code. I mean, the card. Look at the animation, especially for blue eyes. Now, all of them look like that, mind you, but the blue eyes and Dark Magician and two other cards do. So what we're going to be doing, this is a full set review. I'm going to show you guys all the cards that come in here, and then I'm going to pull out certain cards from each set and tell you guys what I like about them. So what cards I think you're going to want the most out of this pack. If you guys enjoyed this video, demolish the like button for me and make sure you are subscribed for Yu-Gi-Oh! Content every single Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Without further ado, let's get into this new form. I'm excited. Now, for the Dark Magicians, we don't get much. We do get two of the normal Dark Magicians. I feel like putting the cards here is going to be a little complicated for me. I didn't think about that. But we do have two of the Dark Magicians here. One that's like the ultimate Prism rare, and the one that's just a regular gold rare. But regular gold rare, that's not saying I'm putting both of these, or at least one of them in my deck. Probably the Prism one, you know. But still, they look great. And you also get a Palladium Oracle Mahad. Putting this down is going to be a lot more annoying. But yeah, Palladium Oracle Mahad, it looks great, although I'll be honest, the light isn't doing it justice, because besides the white cloak, everything else on them is holographic. But you get that card as well. And then of course, for the Black Magician Girl, or Dark Magician Girl as she's known in the US, we get the following: Berry Magician Girl, Lemon Magician Girl, that's not even at all, Lemon Magician Girl, Apple Magician Girl, Chocolate Magician Girl, which looks great. Again, looks freaking great. You can just tell by the hollowness. We get Kiwi Magician Girl. Once again, I am building my Dark Magician Girl deck, so these cards will be going in there. Stay tuned for a deck profile as soon as it's built. And of course, you get the very kawaii Desu Dark Magician Girl. She has a heart behind her. She's looking out, like she's adorable. She's adorable. Everybody, even Cyrus, had a crush on Dark Magician Girl. They knew what they were doing with Dark Magician Girl. Yeah. But anyway, moving into the other cards, we get the Prism rare and the regular rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. Look at that thing. Don't they just look freaking, again, they just look amazing. And the one on the right, the Prism rare, the rainbow and all that, it's gorgeous. Can't get enough of it. You also get yourself a Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. That card is the bane of my existence. The summoning conditions is way too easy, and you would think, oh, well, you're gonna have a Blue Eyes in your hand. Yeah, but like if you had to discard, then again, discarding Blue Eyes isn't that. No, discarding Blue Eyes would help, because then you can't just spam them every turn, you know. But anyway, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. You have Deep Eyes White Dragon, which is a pretty decent card. You have this card I included because even though it's not a Blue Eyes White Dragon card, it still helps with Blue Eyes or level 8 dragons. We have Crystal Dragon, and with Crystal Dragon you can also pull in the Ritual card that was introduced for the Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. That card, again, really husky. You gotta beat it over. It's really difficult. You can't target it or destroy it by card effects, and it is just a Rooney-Dooney to get rid of. So really complicated. And you also get ain't nobody tell you to slide back. You also get Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I gotta work on the glare. I gotta work on the glare. Where's the glare coming from? Where's the glare coming from? I need that light for me, because otherwise I'm gonna be all transparent. Like, you won't be able to see me. I'll be black. Well, again, the setup is not perfect, but we're working on it. Now, these cards are really curious. In the movie pack, the archetype Cubic are introduced, and the Cubic archetype is surrounded and is influenced by that card. What's it called? Vijam, the Cubic Seed. The Cubic Seed is in the text of every single Cubic monster out there. if you are going to be running a cubic deck, you need 3 of the cubic Cs. That is my opinion. That's the way I see it. They want you to have them. You can special summon them from the graveyard. When this thing is on the field and it's destroyed, you can, like, it's a lot of effects. I'm going to go into them another time. Maybe I'll even build a cubic deck, you know. But for now, cubic seed, if you're running it, you want 3 of them. You also get Yugioh, the cubic king. You get Dark Garnex, the cubic beast. You get Vulcan Dragny, the cubic king. You get Blade Garuda, the cubic beast. You get Buster Gundle, the cubic behemoth. You get Duzza, the meteor cubic vessel. You get Indiora Doom Volt, the cubic emperor. These names are complicated if you guys couldn't tell. We get Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. And then the fusion of 3 of the Cuban Lords, you get Crimson Nova Trinity, the Dark Cuban Lord. That deck, it seems really interesting. If you noticed them when I was putting them down, most of them have a attack and defense stat of 0. And the only one that has any attack and defense stat that's not 0 is one of the cubic beasts. But it's like, it's only one of them though. Most of them have, so if you guys couldn't read the effects, I would suggest looking into them. I think that archetype could be really interesting and fun to play. And I want to build the deck. I don't think it's going to be like top tier meta competitive. But I think that in local play and friendly play, that'll be a really fun deck to try out. So I'm interested in it. Now, a lot of these cards are also really just splashable cards. You can put them in a lot of decks. They weren't really actually made like the Magician Girls, like the Blue Eyes, like the Cubic. They were just kind of added to the movie pack, and they're decent cards. So, I mean, I'm not mad at them. You have Assault Wyvern. That's a pretty decent card right there. You also get Pandemic Dragon, which I think is supposed to work with Kaiba, but because it's not an actual Blue Eyes card, or and his effects doesn't actually say, you know, summon a Blue Eyes or a level 8 dragon or something like that, I just kind of put it in this pile with splashable cards. You also get this Silver Gadget along with, I don't know why I didn't have this separated already, but along with Gold Gadget, you get both of them in the movie pack. So if you're running a machine deck, that's a reason to get this pack. The Silver and Gold Gadgets, they work so well with a lot of machine decks. I mean, I've seen my friend Icky put them in his ABC deck, and he just searches and summons. And then again, they're light types. So I'm sorry, not light types. They're machine types, level 4. So you can do overlays with them in the ABC deck. It's kind of wild. You also get this new card, Marsh Macaron. It's cute. It's a macaron. Macarons are gross, but I mean, look, it's kind of cute. Wish it would stop sliding. You also get Kaiser Voice Raider. Kaiser Voice Raider is a really decent card. This is a Yugi card. Gangdora X, the Dragon of Demolition. Obviously, it's a retooled version of the Dragon of Destruction, but Gangdora X, the Dragon of Demolition, so actually has a pretty decent effect. As soon as I can turn you around, there we go. Actually has a pretty decent effect that I think you may want to look into. Another Yugi card. I don't know why he's determined to do this, but we have Clear Karibo. They are just determined to make Karibo a thing, aren't they? If you want a magnet deck, a magnet warrior deck, as to say, electromagnet or regular, you might want to be interested in this one. Sentry Soldier of Stone. Basically, the way that one works is if you control a rock type monster, at least one, you can special summon him from the graveyard. 2,000 defense, and I think 300 attack, 1,300 attack. So it's a pretty decent card. Another Yugi card, although I don't see how it's useful yet, but Celtic Guard of, get you behind back there. Celtic Guard of Noble Arms, pretty nifty card. You also have this one. This one actually just looks cool, and its effect isn't that bad either. Lord Gaia, the Fierce Knight. Basically, he's like Swift Gaia, except with the even better effect. He gets like an added effect of if your opponent special summons a monster. If a monster with attack higher than this card and special summon to your opponent's field, you can make this card gain 700 attack into the end phase. So basically, if they summon like a Blue Eyes or whatever, you can have him just gain attack and he's ready to go, but only to the end phase. So it's a little annoying in that regard, but you can at least protect them. It's a nice card. It's a nice card. And of course, you get the alternate version of this, the Obelisk version, I should say, when you go to the Yu-Gi-Oh movie this Friday. Oh no, actually it was last Friday. Ooh, I should do a review of that. I think next weekend I'll do a review of the Dark Side of Dimension, because I'm definitely seeing it Friday. I'm recording this early, but Anyway, you get this from going to the Dark Side of Dimensions movie. You get Obelisk the Tormentor, but in the movie pack, you get this very nice artwork of Slifer the Sky Dragon, and it is the one that you can use in duels, which is a unique effect and whatnot. It works just like he does pretty much in the show. You know, when a monster is summoned to your opponent's side of the field, it loses 2,000 attack, and if its attack goes to 0, it is destroyed immediately, whether it's normal or special summon. So it's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. I like it. I like it. These cards are just so beautiful. There are very few spell cards in this set. Like with all the cards in the set, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spell cards. Then the rest are traps. It's kind of wild, but these trap cards are really unique as well, and I think that it'll make for a really good Uriah the Lord of Searing Flames deck. But I'll get into that in a second. For now, in the movie pack, you get Dark Magic Veil, pretty nice card, and look at how beautiful it looks again in the gold form. You have Chaos form. I just punned accidentally Chaos form. Sitting right there allows you to summon any Chaos monsters such as Magician of Black Chaos or Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Let's you summon that thing as well. Dragon's Fighting Spirit, a quick play spell card, that's actually pretty nifty. Although I don't think it's better than just summoning Twinburst Dragon or Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, you know? But, which, by the way, why doesn't Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon count as Blue Eyes Ultimate? I'm sorry, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Why doesn't Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate count as Blue Eyes Ultimate? That way you could have dropped not Bursting Destruction. You could have dropped. It's another card that it works with. Dang it, what is it? I have the card. It's not Bursting Destruction. I forget the name. The moment's lost. Anyway, you also get this card, Cubic Karma, which I'll admit I have not read. I read the monsters and figured out how they work, but I haven't read the spell and trap cards yet. Well, actually only the spell cards, but still you get that in here. And then if you're interested in building a Cubic deck, you also get Cubic Wave. I can't wait to buy more of these. I want to build a Cubic deck. You also get the last spell card that I feel like if the first effect wasn't there, this would be a really decent card. Magical Contract Door. You have to take a spell card from your hand, put it to your opponent's hand, and then you can add one level 7 or 8 dark type monster from your deck to your hand. Which, you know, could be nice, but why would you want to give your opponent a spell card? I can't fathom why you would want to give your opponent a spell card. So, it's a thing, and I'm not mad at it, but it's not enticing me to be like, yo, this is freaking awesome. It's more like I could just use Summoner's Art and pull my Dark Magician, you know? Now, these trap cards are actually really unique, but let's get the normal ones out the way. As you already know, you get Magician's Defense, which is a really good card for any spellcaster deck, but really does work wonders with the Magician Girl deck. You get Dark Horizon, which again can be a really interesting card, but I feel like the conditions are too specific to really be useful. I know the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, the less conditions that needs to be active for you to activate a card, the better. That's why Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, all of them did so well, because you're most likely always going to have life points, you know? Especially unless you have 1 life point, you're always going 1 life point, you're always going to have half a life point. So the less conditions necessary to activate a card, the better. Dark Horizon is kind of iffy in that regard. You also get Final Gias, which again, the conditions are interesting, but I don't think it's impossible to fulfill, especially within today's meta. And you know, the payoff could actually be really good. So if you feel ballsy enough to put in Final Gias, then do your thing, ma. Go in and make it play with it. But now I want to get into these cards. First of all, we have a lot of Cubic cards. We have a good amount of Cubic cards that I think are really good as well. You get Unification of the Cubic Lords. Again, haven't read the Spell and Trap cards yet. I'm sorry, but I will be looking into them because I want to build a deck. So, Cubic card number 1. You also get Cubic Rebirth, which if I had to assume, it has something to do with bringing back a Cubic monster that may be in the graveyard, or you know, that got destroyed by battle. And you also get Cubic Mandala. It looks cool, don't it? It's like all like little DNA and all that. I think it's called the hexagons and whatnot. So I mean, it looks cool. I just haven't read it yet, so I apologize for my ignorance. But I mean, still, I think that all the cards, like, really, you have everything you need, in my opinion, to make a solid Cubic deck. I'm going to try. Again, I'm going to try. But anyway, I want to go into these cards. Induced Explosion is a card that's really interesting, where that card is, if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can destroy 1 card on the field, and then when your opponent tries to destroy a spell or trap card on your field again while it's in the graveyard, except the turn is destroyed by battle, you can banish it and destroy another card your opponent controls. So it's like, you know, 1 for 1, you know, eye for an eye, 2 for a tooth, not the actual card 1 for 1, but it's like, it's a nice way to get back at your opponent. But like, hey, I set this, but my trap wanted to be destroyed because now you're stupid. You got messed up. It's like Statue of the Wicked as well. But anyway. You have a lot of continuous trap cards in here. But before we get into them, I want to go into Countergate, which is a card where if your opponent is activating a, it makes a direct attack, you can draw one card. Oh, sorry, you can negate the attack and then draw one card. And if it's a monster, you can normal summon it, you know, immediately after that effect resolves. So it's a nice way to just put a monster on the field if you had nothing else, or if nothing more, you just get a you get a +1 monster card in your hand. You know, you could pull Raigeki in the next card. You never know. You negate any attack, a direct attack as well. So it's pretty decent. But again, the circumstances having to be direct attack, you don't want to have your opponent make a direct attack at all. That's like emergency situation. You want to stop them before they get to the point where they can even declare an attack, you know. But anyway, we also have Dig of Destiny. Nice card. Unless you draw a card, and then if you activate it while there's another Dig of Destiny in the card, you can draw 1+1 for each Dig of Destiny that's in your deck. So if you want to mill them out as like a way to get those cards to the graveyard, you can draw more cards. It's alright. I'd probably just run Jar Greed or something like that, you know. But maybe Legacy of Yatagarasu. But then again, that might be. I don't think that's bad. But anyway, it's all nice. Now, all these continuous trap cards. Spiritual Sword of the Revealing Light. If your opponent makes a direct attack, you can pay 1,000 to negate the attack. And then while that card is in the graveyard, you can banish it, and that turn your opponent cannot make any direct attacks. So again, it's that situation of you don't want to give them the situation to even declare an attack, so that card might not get so much usage unless you have some way to mitigate having to pay life points. If that's the case, then this card just may be the one for you. But going into 4, we also have Metamorphotress. I like it. Metamorphotress. Like fortress, but metamorphosis. Metamorphotress. You like? I think it's clever. I like it. It's a pretty unique name. But what is it? It summons itself as a monster. Same thing as Metalhold, the moving blockade. Summons itself as a monster. You have Crystal Avatar, which summons itself as a monster. That's the same situation where you don't want to let your opponent make a direct attack, but if your opponent is making a game-winning direct attack, say you have 3,000 life points and they're attacking you with a monster that has 3,100, you can summon Crystal Avatar and they have to attack that instead, and then when that monster is destroyed, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to the amount of damage, equal to the attack of the Crystal Avatar. So if they're doing 3,000, okay, I'm sorry, when you summon it, it gets the attack points equal to your life points. So if it's going to one-shot you, this thing protects you. Then you take the damage, but then you do all that massive damage back to them, so that your life points is done to them as damage. It's pretty decent. You also have Dimension Mirage. You have a lot of Dimension cards, so bear with me. You have Dimension Mirage right there. You have Dimension Sphinx. You have Dimension Reflector. Look at that thing. Doesn't it look like Raphael? Something Wrath Panel. I forget what it's called. Fairies Wrath Panel, I think that's what it is, and Fiends Wrath Panel. I don't know, but it reminds me of that. And to end off, we have Dimension Guardian. Those are all the cards, all those continuous trap cards, and honestly, I am, like I said, I've said it several times in this video, I am going to buy a movie pack so I can get more of these cards. I want more Cubic Beasts. I want more Magician Girls. Like, honestly, this whole movie pack, okay, the movie pack has cards so you can make decks, and then everything else you don't have, you don't have in this pack, you should be able to just get and supplement, like splashable cards or staples like Solemn Warning or Judgment or Mystical Space Typhoon or Twin Twisters or Bottomless Trap Hole or stuff like that. You should already have, so there's no need for them to give you that. But the core cards needed to build a deck around the different types, the Magician Girls, the Dark Magicians, the Blue Eyes, you get all of them in the movie pack. So if you're I've seen a lot of people who are watching my content and are just now getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want a set, if you're not buying a starter deck, you want to buy packs, or maybe you already bought a starter deck and you want to buy packs, I would recommend the movie pack. It is such a good set. In my opinion, like, while Destiny Soldiers was a decent set, there's a lot of cards where it was like, like even the Dark Lords, you don't see that making a splash in the meta. The new Destiny Hero cards, they're not making a splash in the meta. All you really got it for was for like a Lure of Darkness and stuff like that. But this one, I can see this deck having a lot of decks that are more common. So if you're interested, grab it. That's my final verdict. If you guys enjoyed this video, demolish the like button for me. You already know how it goes. And of course, make sure you guys stay subscribed. More Yu-Gi-Oh content we uploading Saturdays and Sundays. If y'all missed yesterday's video, I touched on the Yu-Gi-Oh, Duelist Kingdom, the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh, the DLC for Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy of the Duelist. So make sure you check that out. Link to the playlist is in the description below. But for now, it's time for me to dip. Stay hot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.